we go in New Zealand. We're at Cape Reinga Lighthouse at the far north of New Zealand. This is where our adventure begins. 3 years ago we decided we needed to do an adventure for our family while the kids are still small. And this summer we're actually going to do it. We've got a mad idea to take the kids from Cape Reinga to Bluff using bikes. So if you're interested, watch along and see where it takes us. There it is, there's our start point. Now it's just south. So the way we've planned this trip for us is that an adult can do some cycling and then the other adult will shoot ahead in the vehicle and go explore some pretty cool places like this with the children. And then we'll take turns, and then there'll be sections where we can cycle together as a family.
So it begins. So going through the stream was pretty difficult. It was a lot salter than I thought.
Ah, sand in the eye!
Right, so I guess it's a little bit different. We got halfway, fighting the headwind the whole way and just wrecked. So I figured, hey, well this is our tour. I'm going to turn around and head back to the Pucky stream and enjoy the tailwind. And now I'm cruising along 90 Mile Beach with a really good tailwind, doing like 30 odd clicks with no issues. I'm just loving it.
Good job.
The bike's looking pretty grubby.
The tide was out, but the sand was still soft, so like I just sunk down into it.
Well, you're at the sand place anyway.
That's probably one of the worst, best things I've ever done in my life. That was everything. But the wind, my god, it was just like, it was blowing you backwards. It is so strong, I couldn't believe it. It's just completely exposed.
90 Mile Beach behind us now, so I thought I'd get out and try and get a few Ks in. Chris is back at base setting up camp. Right, so it's day 2 of our cycle adventure today. The weather is so much calmer. Yesterday was just so windy. Both Chris and I felt like we were going to get blown off our bikes. So it's a nice change today. We're on the Northern Cycle Trail and I've got a few more hills to climb before I drop down to the ferry crossing. Just had an idiot car go past me, stick their head out the window and yell some kind of strange noise at me. Obviously to give me a fright. And I tell you, it did work. Don't do that to cyclists, not fun.
No, I haven't bought one.
Do you buy them on here?
I'm guessing.
Made it onto the ferry. Alright, so I'm starting another cycle trail now. And I've got my 7-year-old joining us. He's pretty keen to get on her bike and do this section. It was a quiet little road. It's safe for her to join us. So this one's called the Kauri Trail. Can't see any kauri trees yet, but I'm sure that's coming. It follows State Highway 12, so I've put on my high-vis vest just so I'm a little bit more visible to the busy traffic. It's windy and hot and I'm going uphill, but I'm loving it.
You wanted to do an on-the-road interview. How you going up this hill?
I can't talk. I'm out of breath. I just got to keep pedaling.
Keep going.
Oh, some downhill. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Scrub, scrub.
Mom, we had to clean that seat. So we did it.
So I'm doing a loop walk in the Kauri Forest, showing the girls all these massive kauri trees, while Chris bikes today's section to Dargaville.
They're really big.
What's in there? Oh, we've only got 8 k's to go. Right, it's day 4. This is our last section in Northland. As I was going along, I've just come across this the smallest church in New Zealand. Okay, yeah, it is a pretty small church. The things you find. So this is quite a remote part of New Zealand. It's really quiet, farmland, hardly any cars on the road again. And sometimes I find myself doubting myself if I'm on the right trail. But every now and again, every kind of 10-15 kilometres, you see one of these signs, which tell you you're on the right track. So just keep going. Okay, so that's 40 k's behind me. And I know the last 25 k's of this cycle trail is gravel. So still got quite a bit more to go. Goodbye, Tassio. And gravel. Okay, the gravel's really slow going compared to the Tassio, of course. I've just seen Chris and the girls, and I was trying to convince him to bike the last 25 k's on the gravel. But I couldn't convince him. He's gone ahead and set up camp. And we've got a cut-off time. If it gets dark, he'll come back and find me. I really hope it doesn't get dark. But it's times like this when I need to remember this is fun and I'm having it. wanted to do this, and I'm doing it. Okay. Alright, my mood's changed a bit. Surprising how much a bit of sugar and a good downhill can change your mood. I'm glad I keep going. I've actually now only got another 6 kilometres to go.
How was it?
Good.
Good photo. I know.
Done.
Not on video.
Oh. Made it to camp before it got dark. Oh, my legs hurt.
Hey.
And we're going on the ferry.